you really can. One of the best parts about this is I feel like for many people, there's a K-shaped economy, but there's also like a K-shaped internet experience to some extent where, you know, you have a lot of people that are purely drawn to like slop, to, you know, just passive consumption of infinite information, infinite, you know, videos and text and all this kind of stuff that I don't even really know if they're consuming. It's like a form of kind of digital heroin or something. Like, I don't know if they're really processing any of the information. Right. And that's not, you know, that's aggressive, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the point is less about actually like, you know, sort of interacting or engaging with the information and less about, or more about just kind of like having something to do. And one of the best parts about being involved in the Cognisphere is not only can you, you know, find friends, find community, find all the things we talk about all the time, but you also can develop your voice in many ways.
We must stop the cheats. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to buy S&P 6900.
I think that that strikes such a human chord for a lot of people. I know, Chad, obviously you've said this many times. I'm sure everybody here feels this way. I certainly do. I've never had an outlet in my life where I've been able to express myself the way that I feel like I can through, you know, I don't want to call Cow a vehicle because that feels corporate, but like just generally to the people that I've spent the last year, you know, what I feel like is at war with to some extent. Like, these are my fellow soldiers. And so I trust them deeply and I feel like I can be myself. And that is, you know, that takes a lot of forms for a lot of people, you know, like that might be doing what we're doing right now. It might be making music. Like, I know there were a lot of DJ sets with SPX related stuff. I know that obviously, like, there's been, you know, I forget the guy's name. I think it's Evan something, who's making the art with SPX, right? There's a million forms of this, but I really deeply think that the analogy to early social media networks is applicable, because a lot of those platforms were the ones that ended up winning and the ones that ended up attracting all the best creators, because that's where the viewers went. And so I see, you know, an SPX acting similarly, where someone who's very talented at something, I don't want to say, you know, is hopefully they don't use it maliciously. And I almost feel like the community can vote like a meritocracy if they feel like they smell something fishy, because people will act nefariously. It just will happen. But if you're a really good, you know, musician or something, it makes sense to get involved. And, you know, maybe eventually, I was talking about this on the Monday on Spaces yesterday, but like maybe eventually you'll have cohorts of like, you know, different types of artists or people who are interested in, you know, specific things, who live in different regions, that are all sort of brought together by, you know, a unified token. I think that is probable, especially as we move more and more toward a world where you don't even really know if the person who's posting something is real, or if the information is real, or any of that. So anyway, food for thought.
Welcome to the S&P 6900, an advanced blockchain cryptography token with limitless possibilities and scientific utilization. Imagine the power of the whole entire stock market put inside little tiny crypto coins. With the help of the greatest minds in mathematics and research, this power is now on Ethereum blockchain science technologies for the first time in the history of finance. 欢迎来到标普6900，具有无限可能性的先进区块链加密代币。想象一下，股票市场的力量蕴藏在小小的加密货币中。欢迎。